Hey, what's up guys? In this video we are going to be exploring Bitwig 3's The Grid a little bit more. I discovered a little bit of flow control tips and tricks and things like that. It was one of my first complaints about how you couldn't do flow control. I figured that out, and it makes sense. And it's one of those ways that this allows you to kind of tailor it to your workflow and needs. So the first tip is, yeah, the flow control. So I like to have my when I'm working in a node or module based environment, I like to have things kind of separate. It's how my brain works, and I don't like, cables everywhere. I like to have things kind of separate. So let's do that. You can do some really cool things, you know, with this. So let's get like a modulation section down here. So this is an LFO, and you can see the signal out here. And I want this LFO to affect things up here, but I don't want cables moving everywhere. I like to have things organized. I keep saying that. But yeah, let's do something interesting. Let's get a shaper in there to shape that output. And we'll do that. And we'll set this to 16ths. We can see that right there. We'll use kind of a wacky division maybe, and the square wave going on. So from there, let's get, an envelope. That in. Here's our envelope. And I want that envelope to just how I work. I like to have gate triggers in, right? And let's listen to it. Right, the gate trigger's coming in. And this envelope, maybe actually, no, hold on. I'm not gonna have that. I'm gonna have disable that so that the gate is triggered by the steps here. And let's give it a listen. Yep. Envelope out is occurring. I'm not gonna play around with it. So this is the basic, modulation section, and we can see the envelope is happening there. I want to have these affecting things up here. So how you do that, yeah, you'd have like a long cable and do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use some basic I/O. There's a thing over here called modulator out, right? And this accepts, the data from things. I'll add another one here. And these will be these are like redirect nodes. And these are really cool in like flow control and node-based visual programming. Just kind of tidies up your visual code. So let's tap this into something. What I've been using is value, right? So I can map this to value, and it's modulating this value, and this value is actually outputting stuff. And this will be LFO, so we can name it. So I know this is LFO, right? This LFO is modulating that, and we'll go value here, map that to that, and this will be ADSR, right? And actually, yeah, that's modulated. So let's move this up here, and let's get some stuff going on. What we need is a filter. And the filter will be in here, out here, right? And I can even have have the reroute to like an entire filter section if I wanted to. You can do some really crazy stuff. I'll get into that in a second if you remind me. So there's an LFO here. We can just have the LFO map to that. And let's change this to a sawtooth. Right? So there's that, and I can go down here and change it. And do stuff like that. Really cool. And this ADSR is being synced with that. Maybe I can have that say plopped into a low pass here. No, wait. No, no, no. Let's go comb. I don't use combs anymore. Double meaning. Right, there's that, and let's get that popping. Oh god. Actually, no, let's change that to another ladder. Actually, modulate that? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, it's not actually. Okay. Wrong signal. Sorry. Right, so we got a cool little sequencer going on there. And yeah, things are tidy and, you know, not messy. And we can organize them even more here. And what's really cool is yeah, you can copy these and then paste and then put these into other things. No, wait, it doesn't actually. Well, that's lame. Doesn't actually hold the value. That's okay. Anyway, should hold the value. If you copy and paste, no, it doesn't. But it's beta, so whatever. So let's do a little bit more. Do a little bit more with these kind of, I'll call them reroute nodes, just out of habit, I guess. We can actually plop that into there, right? So that'd be the output. And let's say I want to send that to maybe some sort of wacky delay network of sorts. And what I'll do is I'll get this, and we'll get a blend node, and get well, of course we'll get a value node here, and get that up there. And what we can do, we can have one here, and oh wait, no, what am I doing? Confused myself for a second. That's okay. So this will be, I guess, our neat and tidy delay section, and we can send anything we want to to this delay here using these nodes. So let's grab another. Just copy that there. Let's see. Nice. And the only problem is there's that needs to still be connected. And you know what I'll do? I will get a level here. Oh no. I need a mixer here just to give it some gain. Right, and I'll just put that in there so it's not playing all the time. Change that to a ADSR. Give it a little bit more of a. And actually, maybe I'll just move that over there. Right? No, 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 it's fine. All right, so we're getting somewhere with something. Maybe I can affect that in such a way. Yeah, I'm really into state variable filters here. Get that in. So, moral of the story is, you can get some interesting routing in there. And you can even just, get rid of that. And this will be a modulation area here, post filter. And what we'll do is we'll just do this. And this will be modulator out. And what I can modulate would be, let's see here, maybe, oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. So we go over to level, we go to value, we take that, do that, move over here, and this will be the rate. Oh yeah, gotta increase that. Yeah, and then I can change this ADSR length here. You get an interesting thing with the filter affecting the signal out. Right. So there's that, and that's, fairly well organized-ish. And there's that there. So another thing that I kind of, I guess, enjoy doing is building and setting up kind of a rhythmic sample and hold. And I'm going to do that over here. And what I need is some randomness. It's noise. Noise is quite random. And, there's a sample and hold LFO, but I want to do some stuff with this. So I need, not math, because you can really get down, and there it is, get down and affect things. So sample and hold, signals coming in, white noise, randomness, and there's no signal out at all. That's because we actually need to tell it to sample and hold things. And how you do that is with some steps. And this outputs a value between, I guess, -1 and +1. And what this will do is this will kind of give you a sample out, which can do some really cool things. So from here, what can you do with this? Well, we can affect the signal with quantizing, maybe even some rectifying. So let's rectify first. Right, so rectifying is a interesting way of going about things. Let's get this up to 16 here. Let's give it some randomness. No, actually, yeah, let's have this bipolar. Right. Right. So now we're getting some interesting things there. And, I'm basically doing my best to get this wacky stuff going on. We got that, and then we got the quantizer, which will kind of step it a little bit more. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I just want the rectifier. No, wait. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then quantize. Then maybe I can give it some wave shaping. Like I'm just doing whatever. And this will get it a little bit more interesting. And then maybe some distortion, which is a kind of a further wave shaping type of thing here. And yeah, I want to kind of modulate all these. And I'm still going to use the same trick here, which would be filter out, and then the mix section, no, not level, level to value. And this will be some sort of, interesting value that is occurring. And it will, we're going to send this, turn that off. Let's see here. See here, maybe, yeah, maybe board tracking. Right? You can do stuff like that. And yeah, that is, a basic kind of sample and hold situation. But what if you wanted to change it up a bit? We can have a sample and hold with anything, really. And all that, we can adjust the output here. Or, we can have, let's say, a sine. Right? And because our stuff is somewhat organized, we can adjust the level of this value, right? So we can, adjust. No. I can blend it. I'm gonna blend it. Yeah. No, wait. No. Yeah. Let's attenuate. So we'll make that a little less extreme. And things like that. And what we can do is move on. So from there, what I enjoy doing, I already did that with the ADSR, which is pretty cool. But you can have this sample and hold triggering an ADSR, and we'll have it trigger to that one. And every time it hits a value of 1, it will do that. So I'll just briefly explain here the modular out. And yeah, let's, I'm going to mix, map this to a value, right? And then this will go, I'll turn that off. This will go into this. Go into that. That's so crazy. So yeah, I might need to do some stuff with that. I can do it, maybe change this from unipolar to bipolar, see if that does anything. Right? And we're getting into like crunchy territory, but you get the idea. What else do I have here? I got some notes. Okay, so one of the things that I was looking at, I was kind of having things organized in such a way where I wanted, I wanted like global modulators, and I totally forgot that Bitwig already has that. And you can use that, and you don't even need to like set anything up that's super crazy. So where it is this right here. And, we already freaking knew this, but, you can have these global modulators that, for example, an LFO down here, you can kind of, map to anything. You can do some interesting things with that. Right, and that sounds kind of wacky, so I'm going to get some steps in there. And another thing you can do is not that, but yeah, anyway. You get some interesting things going. But yeah, you get the global modulators in there, and they can do all sorts of things. And even like well, it's already built in, but you can have hardware CV in. And what this does is this kind of you say, okay, well, I want this global ADSR to affect things. How would I go about doing that? Well, there it is, really, and it makes things nice and neat and organized for all the things that you want to do. And I should actually, oops. And I'll have that set to a couple things here, just because it's fun. We're getting into like weirdy stuff territory, which is fine. But anyway, yeah, maybe a gate ought to be more appropriate. Anyway, I'm getting crazy here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.